And welcome back, you crazy Mellow Man Acers out there. Welcome back to the Havana Lounge podcast for another Tuesday, 2 p.m. Get Down. I am that dude, Mellow Man, and today I'm joined by one, how would I say that? 1/4 or one, it was four of them, a quarter, what is that? A quarter of a dollar? The legendary Mark Calderon of Color Me Bad is with me today. Make some noise, party people. Absolutely. Welcome, my brother.
What's up, my man?
First of all, man, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to do this with me. We have been talking about it for a little bit, and I salute you for being a brother of your word, first and foremost, and second for that amazing career that you have, brother. We're very similar as in terms of being Latinos and making headway in the music business. So let's take it back a little bit because I personally have never been to Oklahoma City. You were raised there, yes?
Yeah, I was raised. I was born in Los Angeles and raised in Oklahoma. Yeah, spent a lot of time, in Los Angeles, but the majority of my time has been here in Oklahoma City. And you know, um, being out from LA, I guess it was like that 1970 earthquake that scared the hell out of my mom. So she was like, let's go back to Oklahoma, and that's why we came, because of that particular earthquake. But it's been great. It's a great place to raise a family. People are good. The food is good. So only thing you got to watch out is for tornadoes every now and then. You got to watch out for them. Every now you'll hear the sirens when the storms come, and that's when you got to be on the lookout. But other than
You
that,
got
man,
to board shit up, like you got to board your house up, that type of thing.
no. You just got to find shelter. You got to get into a cellar or
Damn.
someplace. Yeah. You don't have to board anything up really, because the tornado, if it comes through, it's tearing it up, regardless whether you board it up or not. It's going to tear it up.
Wow.
And it's it can be crazy, and a lot of people unfortunately has died in a lot of those things. So, but they've
Now
had a
wait,
few.
now wait a minute. Now you said something very important. A lot of people have died. What keeps you there
Uh,
with these type of dangers? Because I know these things happen once a year, right?
oh man, it happens more than once a year. It can happen, up to, I don't know, maybe 100 times. It depends on where you are in the state.
Now, what keeps you there? Is it the high gas prices in Los Angeles, or is it that now you just feel like you really embedded into the fabric of Oklahoma City?
Man, it's honestly now today, to be in this music industry, you had to be either in Los Angeles or New York or Nashville. But with everything the way it is, with the internet, everything it's easy. You can be anywhere in the world almost, and handle your business.
Yeah,
So, and plus here, everything is costly. It's not costly. It's very inexpensive.
yeah,
Uh, Home prices, gas prices. There's a ton of jobs everywhere, of course, but
yeah.
it's a good place to raise a family overall.
Now,
It's
I would assume that life is a lot slower there,
very,
and you get more bang for your year, if you will, right?
no doubt, man. When you get in your car, Mellow Man, you actually can drive. You know, it's not like you get stuck in traffic and you have to time. If you're gonna have to go somewhere, okay, I got to leave an hour earlier. No, you just get in your car and every place is 15 minutes away. So it's pretty. I like that. I like getting in my car and actually driving.
Shout out Oklahoma City.
You know,
Clap it up, man. You know, I had a series of questions and a bunch of stuff here on my notes, man, but I'm going to tear this thing up and go case by case, man, just off the cuff, man. Let's throw that
Okay.
shit out of
Okay.
here. This is my man, Mark Calderon, of the one and only Big Almighty Color Me Bad, in the building with me today. Mark, man, so you're embedded there. Now, I know some things about you and the group of how you got on as you grew older and things of that nature, started polishing the sound. But
Yeah.
for those of my listeners that don't know the Get Down, tell us about when you sang out in front of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and them boys that really started to kick things off for you guys.
Man, being from Oklahoma, we had to find a way out. And you're talking about this is back in 1987, 86, 87, somewhere around there. We used to sing for all the big acts that used to come through town, hoping that someone would give us a break. And
Yeah.
it was actually Cool in the Gang that really took us under their wings. And from there, after we graduated high school, Cool in the Gang, they actually brought us up to New York, where we started writing songs and this and that, trying to get a deal. Um, there was one time here in Oklahoma City where the group Tony was doing a concert. And
Hold on. So Jimmy Jam and Lewis had nothing to do with it?
no, they did. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll let you get
But
to it. Okay.
yeah, get to it. So um, Tony actually let us open up for their show. And, we saw those guys in New York City getting ready to go to an ASCAP award show.
Yeah.
And, they remembered us, ironically. And they said, "Hey, you guys want to come to this award show with us?" And we were like, "Yeah," so we walked in with them.
Now, were you
And,
guys already dressed, ready to kill, or did you have to go
oh,
back to the house and?
oh yeah, man. That's the thing. During those days in New York City, you always had to look right. You had to look clean, because you never know when your opportunity was going to be. So you had to be ready at all times.
Sure.
And so yeah, so we actually went to the award show. Every time we went out into the streets, we always looked nice. So we got in there, and we couldn't believe that we saw Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis in the corner over there.
Yeah.
And our group, we always had a thing when our opportunity come to us. We always just busted out a song, because that's what we could do. We could sing right there on the spot with the harmonies. And when Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis saw us, we just immediately started singing for them. And they were kind of like, "Hey guys, keep it down."
We don't want to
This
be
is
noticed right now. Yeah.
yeah. This is not the time and place. But hey, this is our shot.
Yeah.
So we didn't know if we were going to ever see them again. So when we started singing for them, they loved what they heard, and they were like, "Man, you guys need to go back and write a song in English and Spanish." And but that was all we got out of them. But taking their word, and during that time, your song "Mentirosa" was playing all over the radio in New York. And I knew whenever they said that, just because of your song being bilingual, half Spanish, half in English, and plus it was being played on pop radio, I knew that idea could work,
Awesome.
And yeah, man. So we went back to Oklahoma City at that time, and we got with our boy Hamza Lee, and we wrote the song "I Adore Mi Amor." And
Mm-mm-mm.
and from there, everything was wonderful, because that song helped us get our record deal.
Absolutely. I love
Yeah.
that record, man, and I'll never forget when it came out. I remember us being backstage pre-COVID somewhere. I mean, I was backstage. You were ripping the show up, right? You were ripping shit up, and you got off. You did a killer show, and you walked by me, and you did a double take, and you were like, "Wait, are you Mellow Man Ace?" And I'm like, "Well, yes, I sure am." And you were like, "Yo, much respect, bro. You." And I never forgot
Yeah.
that. And I know now, listening to this story, putting two and two together, that hey, you're welcome. You know what I mean? It's all love, man. And I appreciate you guys reinforcing the movement Coming with a bilingual record like that, and then taking over so many charts like you did. Now you got to be bugging out. You know what I mean? Coming from Oklahoma City, nobody's ever really made it from there unless you were a basketball player or something like that, right? But you guys are doing music, and that's a whole different trip. How did life change for you? Like, you know what I mean? After Mi Amor hits and starts going crazy on the charts like that.
Man, I mean, just like everything else, you're just you're moving constantly moving, constantly doing interviews, um, photo shoots. It's a roller coaster ride, as you know. You start flying overseas, and people knowing your name, and it's
Yeah,
like, well, it's like I've never been over here, but people know who I am. It's like
yeah,
it's a trip, and everything that comes along with that. Girls now wanting to actually speak to you when they
yeah.
didn't before, and it's just it was great. You had money in your pocket, and yeah, it's there's nothing like that. Nothing
Did
like
did you did you go through a phase where you were like, "Yeah, I'm that dude. Fuck you, motherfuckers."
I mean,
Come on now, give it to me. Give
but
it to me.
I don't know, man. I just, I really tried to stay humble through it all. Honestly, I mean, I'm sure that there was times where I felt that way. It's funny because when you're moving like that, and you're on your tour bus, and I can remember one incident where I just wasn't having a great day, and there were people wanting pictures and autographs. I was coming off of our tour bus,
Yeah,
and that particular day, man, I must have been in some kind of mood or something, but I just didn't want to talk to anybody. It's
sure.
just
That
you just
happens, man. That happens. It really does.
and we're human too, and you know,
That's right.
just take it one day at a time, man, and just try to make the most of it, and realize that when your dreams come true, man, you don't take it for granted. You try to live your best through it. So
Absolutely. I mean, there's things that occur when you first get on that you didn't know you were signing up for. What I mean by that is like when you first go to the supermarket after your shit's everywhere. You're on TV, the videos on the box, MTV, all these things, BET. But you decide, I'm going to the supermarket to get food like you normally do. And now, guess what? Everybody goes, there go Mark right there. You know what I mean? And
man, and
that's, yeah, go ahead.
there was one incident I remember. We were out on tour. We were in Charlotte, North Carolina, and there was four of us, and we had two security guards on tour with us, and we weren't allowed to walk any place or go anywhere without one of the security guards. So,
Sure.
like, if I wanted to go to the mall, I would tell the security guard, I said, "Hey, Kenny, I want to go to the mall, man. You want to
Yeah.
come?" And he would be like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to the mall. Let me see if any of the other guys want to go to."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, "Well, damn. I mean, okay,
Now it's a
okay."
group thing, and we're
Now,
really going to
now
get noticed now.
Right. Now it becomes a group thing. And he'll call me back and say, "Hey, so and so isn't ready yet, but he wants to go. He'll be ready in 30 minutes." I was like, "No, man, I want to go now."
Right. I got this all timed out for my day.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So one time I just took a taxi. I didn't tell nobody where I was going. I was like, "The hell with it. I'm going to get in the taxi. I'm going to go to the mall myself." And I went to the mall. Whatever I was looking for, I must have gotten. But as I was walking in the mall by myself, these three guys, they recognized me. Man, they wanted to beat my ass. I'm like, I'm like, damn. I'm like, my gosh, the day I decide to leave without my security,
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to get beat up. You know,
Mm.
and we had a show that night in
Yeah.
Charlotte, North Carolina. So I made that mistake one time, and I'll never make it again. Well, I never did make it again. Now I can go anywhere I want to now without
Yeah.
anybody and anything. But it was back then. It was a challenge,
Yeah.
because
And listen, you guys had a very distinct look. There was no escaping that. Excuse me. I mean, you especially and Brian were, you know, for lack of a better word, you guys were handsome as fuck. You know what I
Uh,
mean?
Thank you,
And
brother.
yeah, come on, man. The young us, I myself was a handsome devil myself at a young level. You know,
Right.
20, 21, 22. We're beasts. We're ready for anything that comes. But we have these distinct looks. Like I couldn't walk in the mall with my Panama hat. Everybody know they go Mellow Man right there. You
Right,
know.
right.
So yeah, I believe that story. Now what happened? Did you have to run out the mall? How did this all play out?
Man, I ran into a I ran into a store, and what am I don't, what was I supposed to do? I couldn't call the police, couldn't, I ran into a store and they were watching me and then they actually walked off and eventually I was able to call for a taxi, but there
Yeah,
was cell phones at the time. You
yeah,
had to get on a payphone and call the taxi cab to come pick you up at a certain spot.
yeah.
So,
So
that's
this sounds to me, Mark, like one of these dudes' girlfriends really, really had it in for Mark Calderon and the group and the band, and probably bought tickets and didn't take him tonight to the concert, and he was on some "fuck color me bad" shit, right?
maybe, man. That may have been the story. I
Yeah,
was just I just couldn't believe it. I was like, man, the day I decide to go out, without my security, it's like, okay, it is what it is. But I just didn't want to get, man. We had the show that night, and we were out on tour with I believe we were out on tour with Paul Abdul that night. So
sure.
big show. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Now you guys, you especially had that distinct little look too, with the beard, with the fly shit going on. And if you looked at all like you looked on stage, dog, they were gonna recognize you, dog.
Yeah,
You know.
they get that one. Yeah.
But no, man, I love that record. I adore Mi Amor, and it made me feel really proud of that movement that we were doing and we were utilizing there in the early '90s, man, and kicked the doors open for. And you guys really reinforced that, man. So I want to salute Color Me Bad for that. Um,
Brother.
Talk to me a little bit about now, when I want to sex you up, starts to really, you know what I'm saying? This is one of the more unique knocking boot records of all time. Now, when you put it together, did you go, yeah, we're gonna win with this one? This is the one, like
No, not at all. No one liked the song. Nobody liked the song after we recorded. I had that song in my back pocket for 6 months, and I would play it for everybody and my grandmother. And nobody liked the record. Nobody, until one day we were on the LIE,
in New
the
York, yeah, the Long Island Expressway.
Long Island Expressway, and we were listening to WBLS, right? Frankie Crocker, I believe, or was it? Yeah, and he played the record,
Oh shit.
and we were like, "Oh my God, that's us, man! We made it, we made it!" And ever since that time, you have to just stop and just like, damn, we did what we were set out to do. We did it, and of course, we didn't know how the song was going to perform, but during those days, you could actually call a radio station and request a song, and they'll play it.
That's right.
So that's what happened. People just kept requesting the record, and the fans were the ones that made that record. So that was a blessing right there.
At that time, if you remember, Mark, there was a lot of you guys killing it on the slow jam tip. When you think of Keith Sweat
Yeah,
killing it, and you think of guys like Tony's and those guys,
yeah,
and when you think of even guys like Guy and Teddy Riley, let's chill, let's settle down. You know what I mean? You
great.
guys were putting out these baby makers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it was an undeniable time where music had a high level of integrity, yes?
yeah, man. I agree with that, man. Hey, let me, man. I tell you, that music was, and I don't know what happened, but there's a lot of great artists out there right now today. I love what Bruno Mars is doing. Um, but it's just not the same as what it used to be. And I guess any era of music can say the same, as the other. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really miss that music. You know what it is? It's romance, and I'm going to not flip it, but I'm going to, kind of ease into this with what we're talking about. My new record, Color Me Bad, new song called California Dreaming, which is coming out May the 5th. It's got that vibe, man. It's got that sound. It's a soul-y sound, that's really happening out there in
Yeah.
California, and it's great because I got a chance to hook up with industry music group, DJ Cazell and Tony G,
Sure.
and they gave me the track. They gave me this track, and I was able to write the new single that's going to be coming out May 5th. It's called California Dreaming.
And it's going to be under Color Me Bad, not just you, right?
It's under Color Me Bad. I'm just for those people out there. I am now the sole owner of Color Me Bad.
Let's
You
go.
know, and
Let's talk that shit. Let's talk that shit right now. Let's go.
yeah, man, I'm the sole owner now, and I get to go out and tour with the name. I've got colormebad.com, and I own it all now. So it's a blessing because now I get to make the decisions where I believe the group should move to. We got 50 dates on the books right now, Mellow Man.
Damn. How
And
can
it's
I be down? Shit. That's awesome. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Now, Mark, how did all that happen? If you don't mind me asking, you know what I'm saying? I got to ask the tough questions as well. Because I saw footage earlier this morning of one of the guys pushing you off the stage.
yeah.
And I was very disturbed by that, thinking like, yo, these some thug ass R&B dudes right here, you know? So
and
obviously there was some turmoil within the band, the group, and there's some things that had to happen in order for Mark Calderon to feel good moving forward. Yes.
yeah. No, it's a few of the guys, one of the guys, he had quit back in 1998. He left the group. He wanted to produce and write songs. The other guy, he left the group because he just wasn't. I don't know, man. He wasn't feeling it. He wasn't happy where things were going. And then the other guy who assaulted me on stage, he had a lot of personal issues going on. He would show up to the shows intoxicated, drunk all the time, and I just when you're getting paid to do a job, and you got fans buying tickets, showing up to see a Color Me Bad show, you're supposed to give them the proper show.
Agreed. Agreed.
Supposed to come out on stage, drunk and not being able to sing and perform like you're supposed to, man. So you come into work, intoxicated and all that. So after a while, man, you just kind of have enough of it. So that particular night where he assaulted me on stage, which is all over YouTube,
This is no allegedly. I saw this shit.
yeah.
There's no allegedly to this. This is fact.
Yeah, no, it happens. Anybody can see it and look it up. But he would come to the shows drunk, and then he would start the show, and he would sing maybe a verse of the first song, and just walk off stage, and he would never come back. And so I'm thinking in my head, okay, either I'm going to walk off with him and the group not get paid and probably get sued.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to take the microphone, sing the songs, get paid, and not get sued. So
Right. It's a rock and a hard place to be put in at the drop of a dime, especially when the curtain's up, people are there, it's jam packed, you doing your thing.
Right. And as they say, the show must go on.
Show
so
must go on.
I took the microphone and I just started singing all the leads, and the people were digging it. And
we don't miss him at all.
it's like, it's like what happened. So, and I was kind of shocked myself because he never came back to the stage, and so I ended up finishing the show and saying goodbye to everybody, like, everything was cool. And then all of a sudden, he comes out of nowhere, blindsides me and shoves me, assaults me on stage. And after that, man, I was like in shock.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. It was probably the most humiliating time of my life, honestly, because I just didn't know what to do. So the first thing that came to my head was like, because I didn't know what happened. I thought something may have fell from the ceiling, or I didn't know what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I get up, and then I'm like, it's like slow motion, right? And then I look back and I see him walking off the stage. I'm like, damn, he just shoved me. And I was like, okay, you're in front of an audience. Just try to clean this up the best you can. So, I tried doing the best I could. I thanked everybody for still coming out, blah, blah, blah. The show was over with. Right when I got off stage, he had actually walked out of the theater, the venue. And, they came to me, wanting to know if I wanted to press charges and all that. And, after that, it was nuts.
Yeah.
But
Now you guys are basically brothers. You grew up together,
yeah,
knew every nook and cranny of each other.
yeah,
For
no, we always looked out for each other. We lived together. We were always there for one another, and, but just like anything else, Mellow Man, people, they grow and they start changing, and people start, making choices and bad decisions. Some people take different paths. It's just like that. That's just life. That's people in general. So, me, I continue to stay on the same path. I started doing shows after that assault, and that wasn't just the first time. That was the first time people actually seen.
let's bring that funky shit. Yes.
And so, I thought to myself, man, I can go and fight him right now, or I can play this thing real cool, and start getting all my ducks in a row, because I'm done. No, there's not going to be any more shows with him.
And they'll be
Of course,
shoving me on stage, talking
right.
how you reckless and all this. Yeah.
I now I did have like about 20 shows signed contracts already with him, so
You had to see it through.
I had to see them through. But during that time, I was going out, doing Color Me Bad shows. He didn't like that. He didn't like me going out and doing Color Me Bad shows by myself. So he started contacting, the promoters and all that, and just bad mouthing me and threatening the promoters. If you allow Mark to do a Color Me Bad show, we're going to come sue you. And so the judge, at that time, we were already in a lawsuit. The judge, granted me the ability to go out and do shows as Color Me Bad, until the lawsuit was over with. Well, after everything was said and done, I ended up, removing him from the brand, and and I'm the owner now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how.
Congratulations, first and foremost. We're gonna clap on that.
Appreciate that.
Can we get that? There's a little delay on that. Just FYI. Yes, indeed. Mark Calderon, sole ownership of Color Me Bad. You heard it here first or second or third, people. I'm your boy Mellow Man Ace, going case by case with the one and only Mark Calderon. Calderon. Y'all know him as Mark Calderon with that English accent like that. But
Calderon.
Color Me Bad, people, some of the most, versatile artists of our time, made high integrity music, high quality music that we still bang today when we with our shorties. That's a fact. So let me just leave that right there. Mark, man, moving forward, I know that. How are the rest of the guys, Kevin and Sam and them boys?
Man, honestly, I haven't spoke to any of those guys in years. Unfortunately, I wish them all the best. But like I said, I'm out doing my thing, and just because of I went through 2 federal lawsuits with those dudes, and it's like enough is enough, man. It's like if you can't work out your problem like men, and everything, you got to bring lawyers involved, man. It's like, man, nah, man. Everybody needs to just go and do them.
Yeah.
I'm going with me, and I'm having an amazing time doing
The
it.
man is
So,
happy. The man
you
is
know,
in a good place.
I wish I wish them all the best. I wish all of them the best. No ill feelings. I'm just going out, moving on, and I'm gonna have to love them from a distance. That's just
I
it.
can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig that. I do the same thing with Cypress Hill. I love everybody from a distance. Um, now, can you tell us the name of that single one more time? Because I want everybody to pick that up.
Yeah, man, it's called California Dreamin', and I'm excited about it. It's got the souldy sound. I did it with the Industry Music Group, and man, they're excited. We're getting a lot of love, a lot of great feedback from the single. It's old school. It's got romance. It's a love song, and so
You
man,
guys
it's
have a video done for it?
actually I'm going to shoot the video tomorrow in Los
Get
Angeles.
down. All
Yeah,
right.
man.
Yeah, good deal, man. We're looking forward to that when it drops. Mark, I mean, anything else that we need to cover? I mean, I don't want to just end on a sour note or anything like that at all. You know what I mean? But um, is there anything you want to specifically talk about? Is there an album in the works after this single?
You know what, man? There is going to be a few more singles coming behind this. I'm going to probably release about 3 songs this year, and I'm really excited about all 3 of them. But majority of the time we're going to just be out doing shows. We're going to be going to Europe in September, and just going to keep doing our thing, man. I'm just, you know, I'm gonna say this to you and to all your viewers out there, man. Speak on what you want to do in life. If you got dreams, talk it out, speak it, say the words, and they will happen. And believe it, of course. So I've got a lot of dreams, man, that I still want to fulfill, and I'm putting them out there. I give all credit to my Lord and Savior Jesus, and and that's the way I live. I live off of faith, man.
Amen,
You know
brother. Amen.
that's what we do, man. That's and great things come. So it's all good.
Now that's beautiful, man. It sounds like you're manifesting your surroundings the way you want them done. You know what I mean? You want things played out. We
Yeah,
removing the garbage and all these things that are not healthy for us. And I salute you for that, bro, because you know we're getting older. We're getting older, and rest in peace, people like Bismarck Key and DMX and these guys. Kango Kid of UTFO. We're
yeah.
in that time of our lives where anything can happen, so we may as well have everything right the way we like it, right?
You got to, man. Life is too short, and the best thing is that we can do is just keep our minds right, stay healthy, try to make the best decisions, that we can, keep our business right, and families, always comes first. So it's what it is.
True indeed, my brother. Can you tell my viewers where they can find you, how they can find you, the name of your website and everything once again?
Man, you can find me at colormebad.com. And Color Me Bad is with 2 D's on bad, BADD. So you can always find us there. You can go to Color Me Bad Music on Instagram, Color Me Bad on Facebook. We're there, man. And, if you want to find out some more, locations where we might be performing at, just go there. It's all on the website. And I look forward to seeing everybody. We're getting ready to start this up, and we're all excited.
And your IG?
Yeah, it's Call Me Bad Music.
Got you.
Yeah,
Got you. Man, Mark, I want to thank you for this time with me. And I want to salute you, brother, uplift you and all your success that you had in the past. And may that continue moving forward. I'm a fan. I'm a fan, brother. I'm a fan of I Adore Me Amor, especially because of the bilingual flow on that. And just know that the love is mutual, man.
blessings to you, my man, and thank you again, man, for all your great talent. And I can't wait to do a show with you. I'd love to see you again.
Get down, man. I'm looking forward to it myself. I want to thank you for your time, my man. Guys, you have been locked in with the one and only Mark Calderon of Color Me Bad. I have been Mellow Man Ace. Mark's going to probably step off here. I'll stick around. I want to talk about this wine I've been drinking and some other things. But, Mark, thank you, my man.
God
Appreciate
bless
you.
you, buddy. Thank you. All
Un
right.
abrazo fuerte,
Órale.
my dog. Man, let me clap that up. That shit was heavy. There, give it to me. Look. Can I hear the clap? Bada boom. All right. All right, we're going to double, triple clap that up. What a great interview, man. If you've been with me since the beginning, the one and only Mark Calderon of Color Me Bad, going case by case with him, and he held nothing back and was, an open book. And I love when I get artists that are an open book and are free to talk about the things, that are on their mind or have been on their mind and or on their chest, and they want to get them off. It's almost like therapy, not just for them, but for me to hear the stories, for them to hear mine. I want to thank you for tapping in. I am Mellow Man Ace. This is the Havana Lounge podcast. And I want to talk about this wine I've been drinking, man. This isn't the first time I've drank this wine right here. 808 Beats Wine out of Napa Valley, California. My man Ruben Pacheco put it together, and he is one of the guys that was instrumental in helping me with my wine. And I got to tell you, if you haven't tried it, I suggest you do. I know that he's got a lot of the freestyle artists on it, people like Trenier, people like George Lamont, and others already drinking it. I'm on it. When I don't drink mine, I'm drinking his. Pause. You know what I mean? I'm drinking his wine solely, people. Get your head out the gutter. All right, so 808 Beats Wine, man. I love it. It's helped me to stay cool, calm, and collective while doing the interview with Mark. And at this time, I just want to thank my sponsors as well. AV Chevy in the Antelope Valley. If you need a fly Corvette, Tahoe, what else they making down there? They got the Chevy Silverado, you know what I'm saying? And a bunch of fly shit down there. Go see my man Justin Gonzalez down at AV Chevy. Our new sponsor, Sterling Images. If you need photography for your wedding, special occasion, look up Sterling Images on IG. Also, Cilantro Lime, downtown LA, the restaurant that carries that Mellow Man Ace inspired torta. Get that. And last but never least, my people's down at Daily Ads. If you need a fly ad, side billboard on the 710 freeway promoting your album or business, look up Daily Ads and they'll take care of you. All right. So, guys, although it's a little bit short today, I believe we got to the nook and crannies of the whole, you know what I mean? Of the Color Me Bad tale. Now you know what it is. If you see a false Color Me Bad out there, you'll know. Don't put your money on that. Put your money on Mark and do your thing. Get to the right concert, because there's a lot of that, going around where a band might have broke up, and then there's two versions of it. You heard it here first. Mark went through the litigation and got the full rights to the name. So, with that being said, people, I have been Mellow Man Ace. This has been the Havana Lounge podcast. I want to shout out my boy Condor, not only for believing in the show, but also believing in the music. And our new single coming out, one for the trouble, two for the time, featuring my man Dana Dane, produced by the man Condor. Shout out, my man. I love you, dog. I appreciate you. Let's keep this thing going. Guys, I have been Mellow Man Ace. This is the Havana Lounge podcast. So like I like to say around this time, in the words of Curtis Mayfield, people, never forget that your dream is your only scheme. So keep on pushing and move on up. Solomon, take us out.